website right now and download my free course on alternate picking mastery. It contains 5 essential exercises that will take you to alternate picking mastery faster than you can imagine. And then I've included my method of how to lay out a practice plan in just 1 to 2 minutes that will absolutely boost your results like nothing you ever tried before. So go download it right now. It's free. Hello. Can speed impair your ability to play with emotion? I saw this question, or this comment really, where a guy said, there are people who can play very fast, but that seems they seem to have trouble really expressing themselves when they play slow. And then there are these people who can't play fast, and they seem to be much better at playing slow or play with more emotion. It seems like if you tend to play fast, you lose the emotional aspect of music. But that is such BS. I'm sorry, it really is. It's because we don't understand. You can, if showing off is your thing, then by all means, that's what he does. That's what we come to see him do, right? The guitar hero thing, right? He just puts on his foot up on the monitor and then he just rips it, right? And plays fast, 90% of the time. But that's the whole point of it, right? Don't come and say, oh, you should play with emotion. Get out of here. What are you doing here, right? This is not the point of what he's doing. He's using music, right, as a performance thing. And you can say all day that I really would like he would, that's so much better. But that's just a taste. That's just what you like, right? And it in no way impairs your ability to play with emotion once you build those super skills of being able to play superhumanly fast. In no way. There's no drawbacks. It's not a minus in any way. Why would it be that? Ever? Why you build your skills and suddenly, darn it. I'm so good at playing fast. I can't, now I can't play slow anymore. I can't play with emotion anymore. What a load of, why would you ever be in that situation? It's again and always an excuse to not go for what you really want. It's like money. Just think, it's exactly the same thing that happens there. And I've been ranting and raving about this before, but it's because right? It's exactly the same with money. We think it's a bad thing because everybody wants it, right? And but we don't think we can have it. It's like when we, all those rich guys, they're into money, and then they have poor relationships. That's what they have, right? They have trophy girlfriends or boyfriends, and they have superficial lives, and they don't really, they don't get into the cool thing about life. You hear that? It's exactly the same discussion. I'm living such a better life because I don't have that money. Why can't you do whatever it is that you're doing now and then have the money too, right? But we don't believe we can get it, and maybe we don't want to do what it takes to get there. But that's okay. I don't want to work 70, 80, hours a week to get to that point. I simply don't value money, but if you keep talking about it and if you keep having negative emotions directed towards people who have money, then that's a sure sign that you do want it. If you don't give a hoot, then maybe you should, do something else, right? Then, spend that much time trying to get rich, right? Sorry to take this totally out of music, but it's exactly the same thing that happens, because when we're talking playing fast, people look at it and say, oh, I so want it, or they feel that, that feeling in the body, and then you only have 2 ways of dealing with that feeling of wanting it that much. You can start going there, but if you don't believe that you can get there, you can start, explaining yourself out of it and say, oh, well, I'm much more into emotion, which is cool too, which is, part of music too. And playing fast gives you a tool to express emotion in a greater deal of variety. You can do different stuff with playing fast. You can, franticness, erraticness, or anger, or temperament. Right? You can do all kinds of cool stuff with it and express emotions. It's not the mellow, the sadness, the melancholy. It's not those emotions. It's different kinds of emotions, right? So it's all emotions. But my point here is that stop the freaking thing, right? Stop the wanting it and then explaining to yourself why it's not. In Denmark we have this story of the fox that looks at the berries on the tree, but because he can't get them, he says, "Oh, there's probably no good anyway." That's a story that illustrates the fact that we always rationalize whenever there's something we want, really want, and we think we can't get it, then we start making stories. If you drop the stories, then you might actually begin moving because there's an energy there. There's an energy that says, "Oh, I want to get that." But you stifle that. You kill it by creating stories about how it's not worth doing anyway. But you have to look at the fact that you actually believe that you can't, right? But what would happen if you didn't create these stories, if you didn't make up stories about how you can't get it? Because anyone can do it. Anyone, right? Anyone can absolutely do it. You just have to follow the principles of how to build your motor skills, and then you just go ahead and do it. Some don't want to do it anyway because it's too much work, and other people do. But just stop the stories, right? And go get the money if that's what you want, or don't get it if you don't want it. That's how that is, right? It's not bad. Right? It's just more tools, right? I hope you get this. I'm happy I do anyway, so I can stop my own stories when there's something I want, and then I, stop myself. It's probably bad, and if you have too much guitar speed, you get all superficial and don't express yourself properly with emotion. Oh, if you have too much money, you get superficial and you don't really live life to the fullest, and you have a wrong set of values. Oh, if you will learn to play fast, you really are not focusing on music, and Subscribe for more free videos. Do it. Do it now. Do it.